Before we get started, I just want to say that I didn't always sleep well. In fact, I remember the days when I would lay down to sleep and it felt as if thoughts came at me. Soon as I put my head down on my pillow, it seemed like all the problems of the world suddenly decided that it was a good time to get into my head. And I wonder if sometimes that happens to you. And I want to tell you that I did change it. And I am going to share with you how I did that. So I hope you're going to have lots of fun tonight. Hi, Natasha. Hi, Nancy, Jennifer, Cami, Cindy, Mary Ellen, and Cami. Good to see you guys. All right. Sleep is really absolutely very important. Sleep is a time when our body can rejuvenate, re-energize. It's the time that our body does all its healing work. All the self-healing work takes place when we are asleep. So sleep has a really important place in our lives and in our ability to function and in our ability to manifest. Because sleep is the time when we actually get our head out of our way. That is, if we sleep well. If we don't sleep well, if we keep thinking all night, then we don't get our head out of the way. And then we are not promoting the manifestation of the things that we want. So let me explain how all of this works. Hi, Eric. Hi, Trisha. Nice to see you here. So let me explain how all of this works. Sleep is a level above meditation. So in meditation, we are still focused. We are still focused in meditation. But in sleep, we are not focused. And that is a very powerful difference. So meditation, if this stick, it's not a stick, it's my favorite pen, but for the moment, it's my stick. If this stick has different levels on it, and how deep we go into sleep, into slumber, is over here. This is the depth. This is where we sleep really, really well. Well, there are many different levels to it, of descending to that level. And meditation is above sleep. In meditation, we are still focused on something. But in sleep, we defocus. So we are not focused on anything at all. And that is how we get our head out of the way. So in meditation, our head is out of the way in the sense that we are able to receive information that is coming to us. But in sleep, we are defocused completely. So that's why our head is not getting in the way. So dreams are a different subject. We'll talk about dreams at some other point. Yes, Wendy, me too. I love my sleep and naps are the best. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Margie. Okay. What happens during sleep is that because our mind is not working, so our cells, the cells of our body, can communicate directly with the universe, can communicate directly with source and receive well-being, energy, information, guidance on their own. When we are conscious, when we are consciously focused, our thoughts get in the way of that connection. This is why healing takes place when we sleep. So like I was telling you guys before, hi Lakshmi, hi Wendy and Sunny. As I was telling you before, yes, Wendy, you can go and nap right now. I know I am so boring that I am going to put you to sleep. Okay, so there was a time when I used to lay down in bed, and after a while I would just give up and get back out of bed because it just seemed like such a waste of time because I was not able to fall asleep. And I'd be in bed and I'd be getting frustrated with myself because I'd be thinking, okay, this is a waste of time. I want to sleep and I can't sleep and there's tons of work waiting to be done. So I'm just going to get out of bed and I'm going to go do my work until I feel so tired. I am so fatigued that I can't keep my eyes open. That's when I'm going to sleep. It took a while for me to use strategies that I've learned from Abraham to change all of that. And I can tell you that you can change it. But it does take work. There is effort involved in changing the old habit. So today what I'm going to do is, if you stay with me, we are going to be spending about another 20-25 minutes together. I am going to share with you the exact things that I have done that now help me to go to sleep like that. I often joke about it. Some of you, if you've traveled with me, some of you have traveled with me, then you will know that before you can say goodnight to me, I'm already sleeping. Soon as my head touches my pillow, I am asleep. And one of the reasons that happens, because all of you understand how law of attraction works, the first reason that I'm able to do that is because I tell myself that that is what is going to happen. I am going to put my head down on my pillow and I am going to sleep. You see, previously, what used to happen was I used to tell myself, it's going to be another one of those nights. I'm going to put my head on the pillow and I will not be able to sleep. And that's exactly what used to happen. Our self-talk is so important. Our self-talk is what all our beliefs are. Our self-talk is our belief system. Hi, Tanika. Hi, Dolores. Hi, Matt. So, because I used to tell myself that I would not be able to sleep, I was not able to sleep. And because now I tell myself I am going to sleep, therefore I sleep. So that's the first thing. Really, really important. Because your belief, if you believe that you're not going to sleep, you're not going to sleep. So you have to shift that belief. And how do you shift that belief? Because I know because I've been there, that you have a history of not being able to sleep properly. So it seems like a lie. When you say to yourself, oh, I'm going to put my head down and I will sleep, it seems like a lie. Because that's not what happens to you every night. And you cannot lie about something because law of attraction will respond to the lie. You always have to tell yourself the truth. So law of attraction, changing the way you think your thoughts, is about understanding how to tell the truth while still moving away from the thing that you've been used to doing in the past and moving towards the thing that you want to do in the future. You will never get there by lying about it. Because when you lie about something, you are pointed at the absence of the thing that you want. And so you push it away. So now I'm going to explain how you do that. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Roberta. Okay. So the way you do that is you break it down and you tell it in a way that it is 100% true. Your mind cannot object to it. That's how. So before I tell you the specifics of it, I want to explain a concept that is going to help you with everything that has to do with law of attraction. And that concept I want to explain is the relationship between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Our beliefs reside in our subconscious mind. We all know that. But the thing that I've never heard anyone talk about, is the fact that the conscious mind is the doorman. The conscious mind controls what gets into the subconscious mind. So if you tell a lie, your conscious mind does not let it enter the subconscious, because the role of your conscious mind is to protect you. And it protects you by protecting your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is the treasure where all your beliefs are. And your beliefs need to be protected because your beliefs create your reality. So your conscious mind will not let anything sneak past and enter your subconscious unless your conscious mind agrees with the fact that this is good for you. When you tell a lie, your conscious mind immediately rejects it, throws it out, because it's a lie. Therefore, it's not good for you. So this is the reason why affirmations don't work. Okay, I'm not going to digress. I'm going to stay on the subject of sleep, because you know me, I can keep going on forever. And this presentation about sleep could change into a presentation about belief systems, the subconscious mind, and other things, affirmations and other stuff. So anyway, understand that that is why you cannot lie and change your belief system. That's it. That's it for today. The rest can come later. So we have to tell the truth. And here's how you do it. You cannot say, from being someone who does not get typically a good night's sleep, really deep, yummy sleep, that when you wake up, you feel refreshed and happy and eager for your day, then this is what you do with your self-talk. Instead of saying, oh, I can't fall asleep, or, oh, I'm going to try, but I don't wake up feeling refreshed. Stop doing that and instead tell yourself the following. I think that I can learn to sleep well again. Your mind's going to listen to that statement and try to find out if it is a lie. But it's not a lie. It's absolutely true. I think that I can learn to sleep well. I know that in the past, I have been someone who slept well. Everybody was a baby at some point in time. Everybody was a child. And we used to sleep well. So when you say, I used to be able to do it before, and if I could do it before, that means I can do it again. Your mind cannot find that statement to be a lie, because it is 100% true. I used to do it. Therefore, you see, because your mind knows it has collected all that information that says, if you've learned to swim and you don't swim for a number of years, you just have to step into the water and you'll get right back on it. You can get right back on a horse even if you have not been on a horse for many years. You can get back on a bike even if you have not ridden a bike for many years. Your mind understands that you have a memory of how to do things, and you can do them again because you have done them once. Right? So when we say, I used to do this, therefore I can do it again, is completely true. And this statement opens the door. That's all we want. We want to open the door to a new possibility. Now, when you lay down to go to bed and you say, oh, I don't know if I'm going to sleep well tonight, your mind will remind you what you said the day before. Your mind's going to remind you, you said that you've done it before and you can do it again. And in that moment, you have a choice. You can disregard that thought and you can say, no, that's all rubbish. In which case, the conscious mind is going to say, oh, this should not become a permanent thought. It should not be in the subconscious. Let's discard it because it might do harm. And then it's gone. And this is why consistency really pays off. So if you're going to do this self-talk, you have to do it consistently in order for it to pay off, because with consistent use of that self-talk, your mind says, okay, this must be true, let's let it in. Okay, so you change your self-talk, number one. Number two, it is so helpful to have a bedtime ritual, because when you have a bedtime ritual, it acts like a switch. Just like, we pull the switch and we turn the light on and off. If you have a bedtime ritual, it acts as a switch which automatically signals to your mind and your body that it is time to relax and go to bed. Things like changing. So you know what a lot of people do is, and if that's you, I apologize, but a lot of people will come home from work and they'll change into their night clothes. And that's what they will go to bed in. So then there's no transition, you see? There's no transition. Your body, it's just like you're still in work mode and now you've laid down. So you haven't pulled the sleep switch. So what is the sleep switch? Things that we were taught as children, those are sleep switches and they are already programmed into us. Changing, taking a bath, brushing your teeth, reading something, getting into bed, relaxing, reading something. Those are rituals that automatically tell your body it's time to go to bed. So having a ritual, and you don't have to still use whatever rituals you were taught when you were younger, you can create new rituals. The thing is to tell your mind, if I do this, I will sleep. If I do this, my body will be ready to go to bed. I remember my mother used to give us warm milk at night, and that was a ritual. We had our warm milk, we were ready for bed. So it's whatever that ritual is. It has to be distinct. It has to be a signal to your body that you're ready to go to sleep. Number 3, very powerful exercise is prepaving. Prepaving, telling your body, prepaving is something that I've learned from Abraham Hicks. Prepaving is an extremely powerful exercise. It actually tells our physical body and our mind what we intend. So having an intention for every segment of time is really, really important. It's like laying a carpet over the stones before you walk on the path. That is the best way at this point in time. I'm sure I can come up with other ways, but at this point in time, that is the best way I can describe. Prepaving. So prepaving is like laying a carpet over the rocks. What are the rocks? The rocks are your thoughts. Rocks are the things that you worry about. So prepaving is like putting a carpet over the rocks, meaning that you tell your mind exactly what you want to do and you want to shut it down for the night. That's the instruction you're giving your mind by prepaving. You tell your body what you want it to do. You tell your mind what you want it to do. And remember that your body and your mind are your tools. They are not you. They are your tools. You are the soul living in the body. And your mind is just a physical organ. That's all your mind is. It's a physical organ. And you should treat it as such. Treat it the way, the way it is. It's not controlling you. You are controlling it. And that differentiation is really, really important. So, I first learned how to prepave from Abraham. The prepaving that I used from Abraham is contained in the book Money and the Law of Attraction. I know that the book is called Money and the Law of Attraction, but it has, believe me, nothing to do, or not so much to do with money as it does with health. I love that book, and I decided that one day I decided that prepaving was an easy thing to do, easier than meditation and other exercises that Abraham teaches. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to prepave. And for a while, it was the only thing that I took and implemented from Abraham in my life. And then I think it was about maybe a year later that one day I sat up in bed, and suddenly I had the realization waking up in the morning that my whole life had changed. And it was because of prepaving. Prepaving is really, really, really powerful. And I strongly encourage you to not only prepave at night, but also to prepave in the morning when you wake up, to set the tone for your day. And then later on, what happened is I created the 40-day Law of Attraction workbook called Unlimited. And I modified what I had learned from Abraham, the prepaving that I'd learned from them. And I created my own, which resonates more with me. And it is what I teach. So I'm going to share that with you. I am going to bed now. That is a clear instruction to the physical body. I am going to bed now. This is my decision. And I furthermore want to sleep well. That is also my decision. I want my body to relax and rejuvenate. That is another instruction to the physical body. I want you to rejuvenate. I want to reset myself emotionally and physically. So I want a reset here, and I want a reset in my body, and I want to wake up feeling energized and eager for my day. So this is a powerful intention that when you put it forth, that is an instruction that you've given your mind. So what you've told your mind is, please stay on track. I do not want you to waver and take a detour somewhere and get off the path that I have decided I am going to travel. And the path that I have decided I am going to travel is to sleep. So I want you to not interfere with this path. I want you to sleep. Yes, Cindy, I also have it on a little card. So I like using cards a lot to write down things. So I have a whole bunch of these cue cards, and I have the morning intention and the bedtime intention on a cue card on my bedside table, because usually, like I told you, I fall asleep so quickly now that if I don't hold the card in my hands and actually sit at the edge of my bed and read the card, I won't read it. I'll just fall asleep before I can read it. So that's why I have it on a card at my bedside. So this is really, really important. So this is the third thing that is really, really important, is to prepave. Number 4, if you still have, when you lay down, if you are still on the old track and you have that habit that keeps you awake at night thinking of all sorts of things, then you need to have the same strategies that we use when we meditate. And what are those strategies? Because those strategies, what they do is that they force your mind to not to go on a detour. And in my meditation sessions, the way I explain it is they act like an anchor. So you have anchors that keep you from drifting away on the waves. So if you were a boat, you anchor yourself so that you cannot drift away. So what happens is, here's how powerful your mind is. That's right, Jennifer. The prepaving has to be the last thing that you think. It has to be the last thing that you think, because if you do your prepaving earlier in the evening, then you'll start thinking again of other things, and we don't want that. So the prepaving has to be the last thing that you do before you put your head down on the pillow. And then most days you will just fall asleep, but if in case you are not able to fall asleep, here's what you do. You need to shut out your thoughts, and you shut out your thoughts by giving your mind an instruction. Mind, I want you to focus on the anchor. What is the anchor? Counting sheep. Listening to music, white noise, really, really powerful. White noise is really, really powerful. That is what I like using for my meditation as the background. So just plug in some white noise. There's so much, so many different tracks available on YouTube. Anything that's nice and relaxing, if you like nice relaxing music, just use that. What it does is it will engage your sense of hearing. So we have to shut down all 5 senses in order to sleep. That's the trick. Because otherwise our mind is going to run on its own. Yes, Mary Ellen, that is a good thing. If you do start thinking again, you can prepave. And you can also focus on an affirmation. You can focus on the sound of your breath. You can count backwards. You can plug in nice music that can help you focus. So it is about not letting the mind wander. If it wanders, bring it back. If it wanders, bring it back again. And perhaps for the first couple of days that you do this, your mind will wander and you will have to rope it in and bring it back so that it does not float away. But with just a few days of practice, just a few days of practice, less than 10 days of practice, you will learn to sleep really, really, really well. It's my promise to you. This stuff works. You just have to do it. You have to do it. All right. So, hi, Patty. We are at the end of our time commitment for tonight, but I can stay for a few minutes if anyone has any questions. I'll be happy to stay for a few minutes and respond to your questions. So go ahead, drop your questions in the comments. And if you don't have any questions, before you go, drop an emoji in the comments. Let me know if you enjoyed this. Let me know if it was helpful, if you got something out of it. Just a heart or a smile. Something like that is good enough. I like those. I like those very much. All right. So far, So far, I don't see any questions. Oh, Trisha, thank you, thank you. Yolanda, thank you. Mary Ellen, thank you. Cami. Not sure I answered the fourth thing. So the fourth thing is anchoring your mind. Anchoring your mind on something specific and not letting it wander. So if you have asked your mind, count numbers or count sheep or listen to the sound of my breath, and your mind wanders to something that needs to be done tomorrow, you're going to come back to counting sheep or focusing on the sound of your breath. And you're going to tell your mind, this is time to sleep. This is not the time to think about what I need to do tomorrow. I will pick that up tomorrow. Remind me in the morning. So your mind is just a reminder. It's like, our mind is like a notification bell that, we have with our alarm clocks and our calendars these days on our phones. That's what our mind is like. It will notify you if there's something that you had put in your reminder box, which is right here, that you want to remember it. So the notification bell will keep going off because that's what its job is. Its job is to make sure that you do what you have decided that you need to do. So that notification bell will keep going off, asking for your attention unless you tell it, it's okay, this is not the time for me to give attention to those things that are waiting for my attention. This is time for sleep. You see, this is the thing that goes wrong is we are so busy during the day, especially if you're an A-type personality like me. You're so busy during the day, your head is so busy that there is no room to fit in any notifications. And that is why as soon as you lay your head down, all the notification bells go off. So you have to give very clear instructions to your mind that you are not going to think about anything else except the thought anchor that you have decided to focus on while you fall asleep. And that can be music, that can be an affirmation, it can be the sound of your breath, it can be anything that you want it to be. The trick is that when your mind wanders from it, because it will, your mind will say, oh, come here, this needs to be done. You have to say to your mind, this is not the time for that activity. Put it away and remind me in the morning. And it will. It will. It's like retraining a puppy. Puppies have bad habits sometimes, and we just have to be patient and train them. And that's what we have to do with our mind. Oh, Patty, I'm so glad you like the evening prepaving. Yes, it's important. Oh, no, that's okay, Matt. That's what we're all here for, right? We're here to clarify, to learn, and deepen our understanding. So I am glad, I am happy if you got one thing that you can take away. Elaine is asking, what are some other strategies when your mind wanders? Okay, so Elaine, you can use anything as a thought anchor, but there is only one strategy for to use when your thoughts wander, when your mind wanders, and that is, you're going to have fun with this one. You tell your mind, it's another instruction, you tell your mind, if other thoughts come, if my mind wanders, I want my mind to remind me to go back to my thought anchor. That's it, Elaine. It's as simple as that. So here's what will happen. I am in bed. I'm just giving you an example. I'm in bed and I'm trying to sleep and I'm thinking of all the things that I need to do tomorrow, all the people I need to call, the appointments that I have, the emails I need to write, the nasty things I want to say to someone special. I'm laying in bed thinking of all those things. And so my mind is going to, if I've given my mind that instruction, my mind is going to kick in and it's going to say, wait a second, you're thinking about your appointments, but you told me that you want to sleep just now. Do you want to think about your appointments or do you want to go back to sleeping? That, when your mind reminds you that it's time to sleep and you're not sleeping, that is a very important, pivotal point in time. That is the time when you say to your mind, yes, I am going back to my thought anchor. I'm going to leave this alone. And you have to do it every time your thought wanders. Every time your mind wanders, your mind will remind you. It will kick in and it will say, we're wandering now. What do you want to do? That is a decision-making point for you. So, how strong is your commitment to put things away? Because if you are weak in your commitment, your mind will take advantage of that. And you should absolutely not give in. Okay? It's like my cat. If I leave the door to my study open, she wants the opportunity to get in because she's not allowed here in this room. And that's what our mind is like. You give it the opportunity and it will run away with that opportunity. So the decision-making power is in your hands. You are the one who makes the decision to continue wandering. You are the one who says, not going to wander, going back to the thought anchor. After you do that for a couple of nights, 4, 5, 6, 7, depends on you, your resolve and your discipline. But if you do it for a couple of nights, in the end, your mind is going to give up and it's going to say, there's no point in wandering because she's not going to let me wander or he's not going to let me wander. So there's no point in wandering. Let's just go to bed. And she has promised, or he has promised, that they are going to pick it up in the morning. And that's okay. I will remind them in the morning. That's it. It's a contract. You enter into a very simple commitment with yourself, and then you keep your commitment. As simple as that. You can make it simple. You can make it complicated. I tell you, there are lots of people who make law of attraction really, really complicated, but I like to make it simple. So simple that using it, applying it, and getting the benefit of it is a no-brainer. That's what I want. That's what I have created in my life, and that's what I want to share with you. So my work is not about any fluffy strategies. My work is real, and it is all based on my personal experience with the law of attraction. So thank you all for joining me here tonight. I am really, really happy to share with you, and I intend to continue sharing. So if there are subjects that you want me to do a presentation on, by all means, drop them in the comments and I will most definitely pick them up and talk to you about them, and we'll have a lot of fun together. So for now, for tonight, we are complete. Have a good night, and I will see you all probably on Monday night. Bye for now.